Alright, so this is a review on Nelly's debut album called Country Grammar, and the artwork is just basically with him in the middle. Um, it's interesting. It's like you're looking up at him, if that makes any sense. It's an interesting shot. Um, that's interesting. So there's basically 17 tracks. So you got the intro featuring Cedric the Entertainer, then you got St. Louis, then Greed, Hate, Envy, the Country Grammar, Hot Shit, and Still the Show featuring the St. Lunatics, then the interlude featuring Cedric the Entertainer, then Ride With Me featuring City Spud, then EI, then Ficky Fit Girl, then For My featuring Lil Wayne, then there is Other Side, then there's Do Them Raps, and then Rap Some then Batter Up, featuring Murphy Lee and Ali. Then there's Never Let 'Em See You Sweat, then Loving Me, then the outro featuring Cedric the Entertainer. Um, well, I learned something new listening to this album for the first time in a long while. And one of the things I learned was Cedric the Entertainer is from St. Louis. And you know what's interesting? Well, yeah, he's from the country, isn't it? But it's funny because when watching one episode of Power, not to give it away if you haven't seen the episode, it's like obviously you can act and you can put an accent and that stuff there, but you can hear the southern in him. It's mad interesting. Life is funny, you know. When you deep certain shit, life is funny, like because it's like raw. You clock certain shit, you're like, wait, how come I never clocked it all this time? And yeah, what can I say? But anyway, listen. Let me get to this album real quick. So yeah, and then the other thing I learned was right, Lil Wayne and Nelly did a song together, which is interesting. And hearing that sound, it was the earlier Lil Wayne, and that's the Lil Wayne that I'm familiar with, not the you know how not every, but most artists now, their name Lil in it, they try to do this auto tune thing. But yo, I don't think people realize Lil Wayne actually sounds like that without auto tune. So it's like it's mad interesting. Um, I don't know what happened to his voice or it is what it is, isn't it? Like fuck it. But obviously his voice did change. Um, but yes, that was an interesting song. But yeah, the songs that stood out for me were the ones that were released, like Batter Up, EI, it was Ride With Me, and then Country Grammar. Obviously, those are the ones that really, really stood out for me on this particular album. So yeah, as usual, if it's in context or out of context, it is what it is. But before I get into that, basically, if you watch the Ludacris versus Nelly versus battle, you would have heard Ludacris mention and Nelly that this is the 20-year anniversary of their debut albums. So this came out in the year 2000 as well. So it's interesting that they were able to celebrate together. Yeah, and it was good because if you saw it, Nelly was just that nigga was vibes in. Like that nigga was vibes in. Like the nigga was vibes in. Like you can't knock a nigga down when he's just vibing. Like he's feeling his shit. Get me? Like he is like you have to rate that. You have to because there was there was an interview I watched with Gigs one time and he mentioned something about how he makes music for himself. Something along them lines. When you make music for yourself and you know it just bangs, you play it in the whip, and that's your bag, that's your shit. You win. Like you absolutely fucking win. Even though I say that Ludacris won that battle by a landslide, at the end of the day, I thought Nelly was gonna win. I hold my hands up. Cool, he didn't, but he still wins because at the end of the day, it's celebrating 20 years of his album, and your debut album, and plus you get to realize how certain songs are just timeless. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna take the song "Ride with Me." If it's in context or out of context, it is what it is. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to dating and relationships, you want that person to ride with you, yeah, and you want them to come on your journey, come on your destination. But more times, sometimes they're not on it. They don't want to. It's not that they don't want it. It's just that they're not ready or they're not prepared. And in order for you to deal with that, is you have to remember some are gonna come with you on a journey to a particular point. They're gonna ride with you, and then some of them they have no other choice but to get off. You get it? So you have to develop a mindset where you're okay with that because someone else is gonna come. You get it? So if you click the link in the description box below, where it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, you will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships, and that's where you're going to learn how dating and relationships actually work. So you understand in detail, yeah, of how of the I can't speak. I can't even speak. But you know what I mean. The description I meant, all that stuff there, the metaphors, that's it, that I used. You'll be able to understand that thoroughly. Yeah. So and you obviously be prepared. That's the main thing. But let's get back into the album. I'm gonna give this album like a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know. I feel like maybe it was just me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm thinking about his other album that really slaps well for me, like nostalgically and stuff like that. I don't know, but I don't know what mode I was in listening to this album. But I still give it a 7.5 out of 10 because there are bangers on this album anyway, and like this timeless, like EI, Better Up, get me. What else is there? Fucking Ride With Me, Country Grammar. These are bangers, you know. But anyway, and yeah, I realized years later the beat, the way he says something, and the way they edit it out for radio and stuff like that. I now have the actual radio version, thinking that's the original version, but it's not. So, but anyway, I think it's in Country Grammar. It's either Country Grammar or Ride With Me, what I'm thinking about, where they switched it up. Speaking of switched up, it's gone blurry. So what I'm going to do is, if you click the link in the description box below, where it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, you get access to an online course to do with roles and relationship. Like I said, you learn how to develop yourself and understand how relationships and dating, all that stuff there actually work. So you are prepared for when people are no longer going to ride with you, and how to get people to ride with you while you're on the journey. And yeah, link to the albums in the description box below. Make sure you go stream that. And if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below, and let me know what your favorite songs are on the album as well. All right, so if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.